Hi guys, and welcome to today's yoga flow. I'm so happy you chose to tune in to today's practice, and I really hope you will enjoy this. Let's begin seated at our mat, closing our eyes, taking a couple of deep breaths in, just feeling the space around us, center ourselves and our awareness in our body. Dropping our shoulders down, feeling the gravity beneath us. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And with your next inhale, we're going to reach our arms up. And then place your left hand on the mat, reaching the right arm up to the roof. Looking up to the roof as well. Extending that side. If you want it a bit more intense, you can push a bit from your left arm and left hand from the mat, pushing through that side. Inhale and exhale, coming back all the way up to center, and then reaching the right arm down to the mat, left arm up to the roof. Perfect. Pushing through that right arm if you want to extend that side a bit more. Just be gentle with yourself, not pushing too much. Perfect. Then coming up to center again, releasing your arms down on your lap. We're going to find tabletop position from here. Just gently place your hands and knees on your mat. And from here, we want to just arch our back, looking up with an inhale. And as we exhale, we just push our back up, protracting our shoulders. Really pushing through that spine rather than our shoulders. We don't want to drop our shoulders down towards the mat. We rather want to push them up against the roof as much as possible. Still being really gentle with our movements here. Arching our back with the inhale. Looking up. Curving our back with our exhale, looking through the navel. Perfect. And just follow your own breath here. No need to hurry. Just try to find that awareness with the movement from an arched back to a hunched back. Just following along in the process. Perfect. Now gently just come back to tabletop. Finding a steady position, straight spine. From here, we want to walk our hands forward down to a puppy pose, pushing our chest and heart down to the mat. Still hips aligned above your knees. And if this is too intense, you can still use a block or a cushion, a pillow, something to support your chest or your forehead. There's no need to actually touch the chest down to the floor. Just be where you are and breathe. Letting go with each exhale. Finding that presence in your body. And now gently coming up again to tabletop position. Now we want to come up to our downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck in our toes here and then push through all the way up. So we stand with the tailbone facing up. Perfect. And this combination can look a bit different depending on where we are, how flexible we are in our whole back side of the body. So wherever you are, just stay there, bending your knees if you need to. We want to find our warrior one position here. So we're going to just move our left foot 45-degree angle, and then we're going to rise up our right leg, moving it forward in between our fingers and hands. And then when we find the balance, we're going to reach up our arms and upper body. Square hips and equal weight distribution between both legs here. And now with the next exhale, reaching our hands down to the mat, stepping back, pushing down our knees to the floor, and then chest forward, placing ourselves with our hands in front of us, 90 degrees angle, shoulders stacked above the elbows, pushing through with the chest opening up. And then we want to find back to our downward dog. Tucking our toes in, placing our hands along the side and pushing all the way up to a downward dog. Now we're going to switch sides. We're going to just move the 45-degree angle on our right foot instead, lifting that left leg to the front of the mat and reaching up our upper body. Just find stability here, really pushing through the hips, making a stable position. Hips square, breathing deep in and exhale slowly. Now reaching down to the mat again, stepping back, and still once again coming down to our knees, pushing our chest to the mat and front, stacking our shoulders above the elbows and pushing up, giving that lower back a gentle stretch, opening up the chest and heart. Take a deep inhale. And now gently coming back again, pushing our toes in, coming back to downward dog. Now taking a big step to the front of the mat. Half lift with an inhale, straight spine here. And then exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees here if you need to. And then slowly with an inhale, come all the way up. Namaste. We want to get into a balancing pose called Warrior 3 here. So we're going to lift up our right leg, bend it, and then we want to swing it all the way back as we just lower our front body. And just finding that balance in the left leg. And gently placing our back foot down to the mat, finding our high lunge here. Pushing through that back heel. Hips square, breathe in deeply, and then reaching down to the mat, stepping to the front of the mat again, reaching up slowly, coming up, Namaste. Switching sides, reaching that left leg up, bending the knee, finding that balance, and then dive back with the leg. Moving the upper body to the front, hands in prayer pose or in front of you, and gently stepping back to the mat, pushing down your hips, finding that awareness in your body, taking deep breaths in here, reaching down to the mat with your hands, stepping forward again and then slowly reaching all the way up with an inhale. Perfect. From here, we're just going to widen our legs and our stand and then come down to our Yogi squat or Malanasana. You can see the front view, what it looks like, and this pose might look different for everyone. People might have to put the toes more to the side, as you see in the modification here, pointing toes outwards instead of to the front. And you might actually need a block underneath your butt or something to support you underneath. It could be a book as well or a cushion. And we use just our elbows here to just push those knees out even further, keeping our spine straight here. Now place our hands to the floor and rise up to standing again. We can just move our feet into the middle of the mat and then sink down to the mat. Just sitting down back on our bum and then reaching down to the floor, laying down on the floor. And finding our shavasana here, relaxing into that pose. Just taking a deep breath in here. We can place our one hand on our stomach and one hand on our chest. Just be with our breath. Relaxing into that mat underneath our body. Letting our muscles rest effortlessly. Use this time to just thank yourself for doing this great job with yourself, for being present with your body, and acknowledge what you need. We are done here today. Thank you so much for doing this flow with me, and I really hope to see you here soon again. Namaste.